The blueprints are ready. The priests are trained. The final preparations are being made to rebuild the third temple. And when it's complete, it will trigger the final prophecies. For nearly 2,000 years, since its destruction by the Roman army in 70 AD, the heart of the Jewish faith has been a place of rubble and memory. The temple in Jerusalem, the site where the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob chose to place his name, has been absent. But in our generation, a movement that was once the dream of a few has become a well-funded, highly organized, and technologically advanced reality. The movement to rebuild the Third Jewish Temple is gaining momentum at an astonishing rate, and its success is one of the most significant and certain prophecies of the end times. The rebuilding of this temple is not a question of if, but when. And when it is complete, it will be the trigger for the final, most intense events of the tribulation period. This is not just a religious news story. It is a live-action prophetic update of the highest magnitude. The sound of stone being quarried and hammered, a sound forbidden on the Temple Mount itself, can be heard in workshops throughout Jerusalem as the final preparations are made. The central organization at the forefront of this movement is the Temple Institute, located in the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem's Old City. For over 3 decades, the Institute has been painstakingly and meticulously preparing for the day the temple can be rebuilt. This is not a theoretical exercise. They have recreated over 70 of the sacred vessels needed for temple worship, all built to the exact specifications of the Bible. These include the golden menorah, the table of showbread, the mizrach for collecting the sacrificial blood, and the high priest's breastplate, complete with the 12 precious stones representing the tribes of Israel. These are not museum replicas. They are authentic, consecrated vessels ready for use. In addition to the vessels, the Institute has focused on the human element. They have used extensive genealogical research to identify men of the priestly line, the Kohanim, who are descended from Aaron. These men are now being trained in the intricate laws and rituals of the temple service, from the sacrificial rites to the proper way to wear the priestly garments, which have also been woven according to biblical command. An entire generation of priests is being prepared to step into their roles at a moment's notice. The preparations are breathtaking in their scope and detail. But there is one element that has, until recently, seemed impossible to acquire. Before the temple can be consecrated and worship can begin, a perfect red heifer is required. According to the Book of Numbers, the ashes of a completely red, unblemished cow that has never been yoked are necessary for the ritual of purification. For 2,000 years, no such animal has been found. However, in a stunning development, a program based in Texas, using implanted embryos from Israeli Red Angus cattle, has successfully bred several red heifers that may meet the stringent biblical requirements. These animals have been flown to Israel and are now being raised under rabbinical supervision. The discovery of a suitable red heifer would be a monumental step, removing one of the last major obstacles to the reinstitution of temple worship. But of course, the greatest obstacle of all remains: the location. The third temple must be built on its original foundation on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. That precise location is currently occupied by 2 of the most sacred sites in Islam, the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This makes the Temple Mount the single most volatile piece of real estate on the entire planet. The idea of removing these structures to build a Jewish temple is, from a geopolitical standpoint, the trigger for an apocalyptic global war. You can feel the immense spiritual tension that hangs over that 35-acre platform, a concentration of religious and political conflict that is unmatched anywhere on Earth. So how will this obstacle be overcome? The Bible does not say. Some speculate that a massive earthquake could level the existing structures, paving the way for the new temple. Others believe a future political deal, perhaps brokered by the Antichrist himself as part of his 7-year covenant with Israel, will allow the temple to be built alongside the mosques. Regardless of the method, the Bible is clear that it will happen. The temple will be rebuilt. Why is this event so critical to the end-time timeline? Because the third temple is the stage for the most pivotal event of the tribulation period. The prophet Daniel and Jesus both spoke of the abomination of desolation. The Apostle Paul in 2 Thessalonians describes the Antichrist, the man of lawlessness, who will enter God's temple and proclaim himself to be God. For these prophecies to be fulfilled, there must be a functioning Jewish temple in Jerusalem. The rebuilt temple, a place of renewed worship and sacrifice, will be the site of the Antichrist's ultimate blasphemy. This event, which takes place at the midpoint of the 7-year tribulation, is what triggers the Great Tribulation and the final outpouring of God's wrath. Therefore, every step taken toward rebuilding the temple is a step closer to this prophesied event. The preparations are nearly complete. The vessels are ready. The priests are trained. The red heifers are being raised. The only remaining piece is the geopolitical solution for the Temple Mount itself. We are the generation that is seeing all these pieces come together. The long-cherished dream of the Jewish people is becoming a reality, and in doing so, it is setting the stage for the final act of biblical prophecy. We must watch Jerusalem, for it is God's prophetic clock, and the hands of that clock are moving faster than ever before. If you need to understand how current events in Israel are directly fulfilling biblical prophecy, subscribe to our channel for the latest news and analysis.